Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Aaron, aka Head of the Table. I'm back. I apologize for y'all not seeing me for over a week or two. I apologize because I was dealing with the upper respiratory sickness, so I was out of it all last week. Couldn't even talk much. Lungs hurting, chest hurting. But hey, we're back on tonight. We're back on today. I mean, 'cause it's still daytime, and we're gonna be talking Texans today. We're gonna do a rival episode later today. We're gonna make episodes come by, just more episodes back to back soon, because we're already in the summer, we're already in OTAs, we're getting ready for training camp, we're getting ready for everything, and I'm excited. The boys, a part of the network, are excited. We got everything planned out for making content for y'all. And me, I've got so many ideas in my head of what I want to do to share to y'all. Today I'm going to go over the depth chart, going over projections over who's going to be on the team, over who I feel will be a need on this team, of who will break out, who will be that player that I feel will put their name out there once the season starts. And I want to hear your thoughts as well. So put it in the comments of who you think will come into the season doing more than expected. Like say John Mechie doing more than what he did last year, because a lot of people are kind of falling off of the John Mechie hype, as well as I am. Or we're going to talk about it's one of the rookies like Jalen Noel or Jaden Higgins, one of them having a breakout rookie season, winning rookie of the year, taking us where we want to be. So right now we're going to go over the depth chart, going over each position, my thoughts on each position, on the player, the starting of who's going to start, just overall who I believe will be the day one starter as the first game against the Rams will start. So at quarterback, of course, we got CJ Stroud, automatic starter. And a lot of people are talking about OTAs because he's not throwing. But from what I'm reading from Aaron Wilson is he hasn't been throwing in OTAs due to the tight pectoral muscle, which isn't a big concern that they're saying. So honestly, it's not a big concern. It's barely OTAs. We're not even in training camp yet. So, everybody can just hold off. Don't stress. CJ's going to come back. CJ's going to be here day one of training camp, day one of the regular season. Probably play like a couple snaps in preseason just to get the rust off, but he'll be here. The backup to him, of course, Davis Money Mills. He'll be here. And the third string quarterback will be Graham Mertz, the rookie we drafted out of Florida. Honestly, with Davis, I don't know if he will return after, say, when the next season comes by, but we'll keep him for this year. We'll see if Graham Mertz does better than him in preseason, and if he does, then hey, there's our second backup for next year. Just a projection type thing. For running back, we got Joe Mixon starting, of course. Backup to him is Dameon Pierce. Then we got Woody Marks, and we got Dare Agumbawale, hard name to say. Between all them guys, of course, Joe Mixon's going to start. And I'm not going to lie, the backup to Joe Mixon, I feel, will be Woody Marks. I feel he'll have a good training camp, good preseason. I think he'll just take that backup position from Dameon Pierce. And I'm not going to lie, if Dameon gets traded or cut, I wouldn't be surprised. It's just Dameon hasn't been himself since his rookie year. Like, I understand his offensive line, I understand his scheme, but it's still one of those things where we haven't seen enough from Dameon, and it's just to where you've had enough years to prove yourself since your rookie year. So it's either, if you make it this year, then you got to show off, you got to do with what you've got with the position you're given, And at wide receiver, the main issue with wide receiver is Tank Dell. We know he'll be out all this season. Who knows about next season? But it's good that we addressed wide receiver in free agency and as well as the draft. But of course, who we got at wide receiver starting wise, Nico Collins. That's our main. That's our vet. That's just our number one, and I feel he's honestly in the top 5 of wide receivers in this league when he's not hurt. Because when he is healthy, he will get the yardage to be number 1 in the league, which he was last year for like the first 5 games, which people like to sleep on and talk about other receivers, but hey, Nico Collins is right there. Nico Collins is going to be back this season. We got so much support for him on the wide receiver room that I think he will break out even more. And our second receiver, who will more likely play slot, Christian Kirk, who we acquired from the Jags. A lot of Jaguar fans are kind of already on that hype train of, oh, he sucks, oh, he's not going to do nothing for y'all. But hey, Jaguars, you're just poverty. It's like he didn't produce for y'all because y'all don't even know what you're doing offensively. Y'all don't know what you're doing coaching wise. Your quarterback is honestly a bust at this point. It's just there's no hope. Your career dies in Jacksonville or even Tennessee. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. So Christian Kirk, I think he will be a great slot receiver, a great slot option for CJ. I think he'll definitely show off what he's got. And on the other side of Nico Collins, we got our other 6'4" giant, which is Jaden Higgins. I think he will produce really well. He's already looking good in OTAs, so I can't wait for him. The underrated receiver in this room that I really love, that I'm loving every time I hear about him, is Jalen Noel. His speed, he's a sort of mix of Christian Kirk and Tank Dell, but he's more bigger than he's got more muscle than Tank Dell, because Tank Dell, we all know he really got injured mainly because of his body frame. He's small, he does light, so but Jalen Noel, I think he will come in and produce way more than we expect, and I think he will be the breakout position. He will be the breakout player of the offense who will show out this year, and I can't wait to see him. Then we got who I think for right now I'll say who I believe will make it and who won't make it. So like one of the players I feel will not make it by the end of training camp will be John Mechie. I think he'll either be traded or cut. Like the same thing with Dameon Pierce. It's just them two are the main key two players that they just haven't produced enough to show out that they want to be a part of this team, especially with John Mechie fumbling against the Chargers his first play, when Nico Collins is out, sitting to take a breather. We don't really see John Mechie producing. It may have been because of scheme, because of Bobby Slowick, so we'll see. But I don't know, it's just a 50-50 call if we keep John Mechie or not. I believe we will keep Xavier Hutchinson. That's 3 Iowa State players, wide receivers we have. Xavier Hutchinson, I believe, to me, he has potential, and I've always liked Xavier Hutchinson. His size, his talent, his flexibility to go where we need him to. So I believe he will stay a part of this team, as well as Justin Watson. D'Amico has talked about Justin Watson, saying that he's really loved the work he's put in the offseason before OTAs even started. So I believe Justin Watson will be another name that will be a part of this wide receiver room heading into the season. We also got Johnny Johnson III, as well as Braxton Berrios, as well as Xavier Johnson. Johnny Johnson and Xavier Johnson, they'll more likely be practice squad players. Braxton Berrios, he'll be more likely strictly punt and kick return. Let's see. And going on to the tight end position, we got Dalton Schultz, we got Brevin Jordan, we got Kate Stover. Heading into the season, I don't think Dalton will even produce. I think he'll stick with who he's been, and I think Brevin Jordan or even Kate Stover during the season will take over his position. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, and so I can see Dalton traded mid-season. Who knows? Because Dalton has been who we expect him to be when it comes to blocking, when it comes to getting open. Brevin and Cade. Brevin has the speed, Cade has the toughness, and especially when blocking, both of them know how to block well. But Dalton, he just lacks a lot of talent that we need for that starting tight end position. Fullback, we got Jacob Johnson. Who knows in this scheme of Nick Caley's scheme if we'll use the fullback, but we'll see as time goes. With the offensive line, this is gonna be a big one. Because we got so many guys. We got over 15 guys in this offensive line room, which is good. A lot of fighting for the positions that want to start. A lot of fighting to stay on that 53-man roster. But overall, just say, to me, my projection for the offensive line, I think, will be Cam Robinson at left tackle. I'd put Ariante Ursary at left guard. Center, Jared Patterson, who's been great for under the center position, especially working with CJ for his years that he's been playing with us. Right guard, I'm not gonna lie, I'd put Titus at right guard, and at right tackle I'd put Blake Fisher. Of course, right now on the depth chart it says Juice Scruggs at right guard, but with Juice he hasn't really produced as much as we wanted him to do at the guard position. He's been lacking. He was sort of right behind Shaq Mason at worst offensive line last year, and he needs to pick it up. And if he does, then he'll get his guard position started back. But with the offensive line that I just named down, I feel that that is a great offensive line, but we'll see as time goes because right now in OTAs they're mixing it around. They're seeing what looks good, what doesn't look good. But yeah, we'll keep Cameron Robinson, we'll keep Titus Howard, we'll keep Jared Patterson, Juice Scruggs, Blake Fisher, we'll keep Trent Brown as well. Back up to Jared Patterson will be Eli Cox. Another guard will be Ed Ingram let me see, as well as Laken Tomlinson. We'll see how much he produces because I know we had traded for him, and I know he has that potential of being a good guard, but we got to see if he can even break out from training camp, break out from OTAs, and make that starting position happen. I don't believe we'll keep Austin Deculus. That is one person I feel we won't keep because he's been with us for a while now, and he hasn't really done too much. He's just been a fourth string backup at most. But yeah, overall, that's the offensive depth chart. To me, it all revolves around Nick Caley. It all revolves around the scheme. It all revolves around giving CJ the reins to this offensive line group. Not offensive line group, this offensive group in general. And we move based on how good the offense is. And I hope this offense does produce as much as we wanted to compared to last year when we had so much talent. But it was all ruined because of scheming-wise, because of Bobby Slowick, because of injuries, because of horrible offensive line play, especially from somebody like Laramie Tunzel as well as Kenyon Green. And look at it now, both those guys are gone because D'Amico saw that they weren't helping us produce in the way we want to produce and winning games. Now going to the defense, which is going to be the most exciting part. We got the defensive end positions, the left defensive end. Of course, we got Will Anderson Jr., who I believe will have a great season this year. He's going to come in tougher. He's going to come in just more excited to play. Back up to him will be Danico Autry, as well as Dylan Horton in the third string. For defensive tackle positions, we got Tim Settle. We got I can never say his name right, but Fatakoski. We got Mario Edwards. We got Sheldon Rankins. But between all those four guys, I believe the starting defensive tackle will be Sheldon Rankins on the left defensive tackle position, and I think it'll be Fatakoski on the right defensive tackle position. But I think Foley and Mario Edwards will be back and forth because Mario Edwards is good, but I feel they'll be exchanging positions 50-50 if one of them gets tired. And I feel Danico Autry from the defensive end position will be moved to defensive tackle once the scheme is needed for Danico Autry to play defensive tackle, because when he does get put on defensive tackle position and say passing plays or mainly passing plays, Danico will produce. And the right defensive end position will be Daniil Hunter, and back up to him will be Darrell Taylor. And I believe we will also keep Derek Barnett. And Derek Barnett, he's a veteran, but honestly, when he's with us, he does produce. When he gets put in, say, like on a third down position or second down, any position that he needs, any down he's needed in, he will produce. And we've seen him with what he did last year with 2 touchdowns, with 2 fumble recovery touchdowns. But Darrell Taylor, that is a name you got to watch out for because he did play. From what I heard, he was an exciting player for Chicago. He's underrated. He is one guy you just got to watch out for. And Daniil Hunter, he's just going to be the same as he always is. He's going to produce. He's going to be that just dominant force with Will Anderson on the defensive end positions. And with the linebacker positions, we got Henry To'oTo'o, who I feel will break out, who will be my breakout player this year with just how he's done. He led the team in tackling last year. He's just got that D'Amico. He's got that D'Amico mentality. I know he's gonna come in. He's gonna be coached under D'Amico well. Just both linebackers, both from Alabama. I feel he will be that linebacker of ours that will be with us for a while, and he's gonna start this year. And I can't wait to see him how he does. And then we got Aziz. At the middle position of linebacker. Aziz will come in, produces the way he's produced. Then we got Christian Harris. Christian Harris, he's good as he's always been, but when it comes to injuries, we don't know how much he's going to stay on the field because the injuries have been really concerning, and I don't know what's going to happen with Christian Harris. Like he was exciting when he first came in, but with his injuries, it's just been that missing piece where it's like, where's he been at? Where's he at? And when he did come in, he looked just rusty. He looked slow. So I'm hoping this upcoming season he's healthier. He's ready to go because he is that dominant pass rush and run stopper that we all love, that we all know, you know. Then back up we got EJ Speed, then we got Nick, I can never say his name right, Nick Neiman, I think. But EJ Speed, and he's coming from the Colts, you know, division rival. You know, Colts fans aren't high at all, and weren't high at all on EJ Speed. He had his good few years, but he kind of fell off, and the Colts fans were tired of him, and he just was let go from the team, and you know we decided to pick him up. But honestly, I feel he'll be an underrated player in the linebacker position, who will fight for that position and say if Christian Harris or even Aziz gets hurt, I believe he will start if one of them is hurt, and I believe he will produce. Nick Neiman, I haven't seen too much. I haven't really been able to watch enough film on him, but you know I hear that he is an underrated talent as well. So we'll see as the season comes. We'll see as training camp comes. So you know, other than that, is to me the starting position, of course, is Henry, Aziz, and Christian Harris. Now moving on to the cornerback position, of course, we got Derek Stingley, we got Kamari Lassiter, we got Jalen Petrie at the nickel, but I feel I wouldn't want Jalen Petrie to cover too much. I feel he'll be a blitzing need when we need him to blitz, but at that third cornerback position, I believe will be Jalen Smith. I believe he'll get past Tremont Smith. He'll get past the other cornerbacks that are in front of him, as well as I guess we have Ronald Dart. I didn't even know we had Ronald Dart, but we do. But yeah, Jalen Smith, I think he'll be the underrated player that will come in and make a name for himself at that cornerback position. So I think it'll be Derek Stingley, Kamari, Jalen Smith at the nickel when it comes to pass coverage, when it comes to third downs, because I feel he will cover as great as we want him to. Then we got the safety positions with Kalen Bullock, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Them two are going to produce. I'm not going to lie to you. C.J. Gardner-Johnson is going to be the veteran in this locker room, in this secondary room. That will be the veteran that we've needed. Jimmy Ward was not a great veteran. When he played, he just played leading to injury, leading to just getting beat at times. And I think C.J. Gardner-Johnson, he has the speed. He's still young. To me, he is the greatest asset we've gotten in an offseason in a while. So I'm ready to see it. This secondary is going to be the great. Honestly, I believe will be number 2 in the NFL. I'm right behind the Eagles. But overall, this defense is going to be the defense everybody's got to watch out for. And this defense is going to be the scariest defense in the NFL. People will try to underline issues regarding our defense, but this defense will show up and show out every game when the lights go down, and I can't wait to see what happens in the season. And when it comes to the special teams with Frank Ross, our coach Frank Ross with special teams, he is a great coach. I love Frank Ross so much. But with punter, we got Tommy Townsend, who's produced, who's good. He can stay. Kicking wise, we got Kaimi. Kaimi needs to step up when it comes to field goals, when it comes to extra point attempts, because for some reason he just manages to screw up games sometimes, and we need him to be better. So Kaimi, I need you to produce, buddy, because you are so 50-50 with kicks. Like sometimes I'd be scared to watch Kaimi at times, where it's like, is he gonna make it or is he not? I'm just gonna look away from the TV and just see what he does. But like I said, with depth chart as well, we got the punt returner and kick returners. It's so we're saying Braxton Berrios, who I believe will stay as a punt returner. Him coming from the Dolphins, he's got speed. I believe he will be a good returner for this team, because last year we had Robert Woods, but to me Robert Woods wasn't that great at punt returner. He was just pretty much a wide receiver we barely used, but he was a lot older, and I kind of never liked him at returner. But I'm glad that Braxton Berrios is here. He's got speed. He's returned before, so he knows what he's doing. Kick return, we got Damian and Braxton, which Damian's gotten kickoff return touchdowns before, so it's good as it is. And long snapper, we got Tucker Addington, because of how we lost John Weeks, which sucks because John Weeks was the longest tenured Texan for so long, and to see him gone is just weird. But other than that, it's gonna go. We're gonna go move on as the season as years go by. John Weeks is hopefully gonna earn that Texans ring of honor one day, because he was the longest tenured Texan. He deserves that. He deserves it for being on this team from the worst years of our Texans franchise to our up and coming seasons that we have right now. Well, I'll go over coaching staff. Got head coach D'Amico Ryans, defense coordinator Matt Burke, and them two works like hand in hand well together. Offense coordinator Nick Haley, I'm hoping he produces. I'm hoping he has the scheme ready. I hope he is coming in ready to win. I love his interviews. I love how his mentality is. I can't wait to watch what plays he has produced for us. And he's already said that he's going to get he is giving CJ the reins to doing what he wants to do. Because you got to let the players be who they want to be, not holding them back from their talent like Bobby Sloag did pretty much. At the offensive line position, who we promoted was Cole Popovich, and I'm hearing so much love for Cole Popovich, how well he's been training them in OTAs, and I'm excited. This offensive line is the most beneficiary group that we need to produce this year, and Cole Popovich is in OTAs working his ass off, ready for his guys to protect CJ, give CJ the time he needs, protect our running back, make some holes for them to cut through, give Joe Mixon the time to vision his field out, run. So offensive line group is one we're going to watch, and especially of course Frank Ross, who we all love, who we all love to see his energy. So heading into the season, this is an exciting season. I can't wait for training camp to start, because I'm telling you right now, when training camp starts, I'm going to be there. I'm going to record. I'm going to hopefully, watch the players do what they do, going by each position. I'm gonna try to go and then watch them, who's producing, who looks good, who looks just ready for the season. But I'm gonna try to interview fans, talk to them, just bring more coverage to our network of JDW Sports Talk Show. So I can't wait for this. I can't wait for the season, because I'm gonna record. I'm gonna try to go to games to record games, and have the game come to us as as fans, as this channel. We want this game to come to us. We want to show y'all that we plan on working for this sport that we love. From NFL to NBA to MLB to even WWE. Yes, I'm counting WWE as a sport because it's athletes. But right now we're talking about NFL. But with the Texans, or even the rest of the NFL league, we'll talk about whatever y'all want us to talk about. Just comment it. Just hit us up on social media. We got all of that. So I can't wait for to interact with any of y'all. If y'all have any questions, y'all have any comments, so definitely share, comment, and subscribe. We love just making content for y'all. We want to see the love from y'all. We want to see this produced into something bigger. We want to make this something bigger. We want to make this our full-time job one day. That who doesn't? This is exciting for us. We love talking football. We love talking sports. So I'm definitely grateful to make these videos for y'all. So thank y'all so much for watching this video. This has been Aaron, AKA Head of the Table, and I'll catch y'all later.